on that methamphetamine, you heard about it. They gave him 35 years, I was over my head. I knew I had to leave the night they dropped the charges. I paid a pretty limousine, a big price. Go as fast as this car can drive. Ice cold and a call out of Mayday, call out of Mayday, call out of Mayday. No soul in his eyes, just a bullseye. And last time I saw a whole other crazy, whole other crazy, whole other crazy come alive. A darker side gonna disappear. I tell myself into the mirror. Hello, hello. Welcome back to Keto Homestead with Jess. How's everybody this morning? I'll wait a little bit. See who comes in. Says we got one in the chat. Hello, whoever you are. Good morning. Latoya, how you doing? Are you feeling any better? Hope all is well. We got 2 in the chat now. I hope you're feeling better. It is so cold this morning, you guys. I'm just waiting for a couple more people to pop in. Please remember to hit that thumbs up for me. Share me out if you have the capability. It really helps get people in here. Someone's up for scratching. Oh my goodness, cats everywhere. Here, come on. There you go. Alrighty. Let's see who else popped in. Manny, good morning. Good to see you. Hope you slept well. Hope you slept well too. I'm not awake yet to be talking. My words aren't there yet. So I was just waiting for a couple more people to pop in before we get started. I got a little project this morning. Eric's not feeling good. He's like really congested and he keeps coughing and it's stuck in his chest. He can't get it up. So we're going to make him something. Make him something to feel a little better. Hopefully. Whew. Says right now we are 27 degrees. Oh. So we are definitely in freezing zone. See, we got Dragon in the house. Time to make coffee. Yeah, I need to make coffee. Yes. So, all right, we'll go ahead and get started. We got 3 in the chat. So, I got my coconut oil, a mixing bowl, some essential oils, and we are going to use some Breathe. Hopefully that'll open up his airways, help some congestion. I got a little tin for him. We're just going to use some coconut oil as a carrier. Hey, Marshmallow Man, good to see you. And I'm going to add 3 drops into this coconut oil. I did 4. Oh well. I might have to add some more coconut oil to this. Definitely will. Ooh, Mooney says it's 66 and cloudy. Expect more rain. Did it rain yesterday, Mooney? I just want to mix this in and get it well incorporated. Alright, easy peasy, right? Now we just got to put it in our jar. There's a little left over, and that's alright. And then what I like to do after this is I'll put it in the fridge because my coconut oil is at room temperature. It's not in oil form right now, but it's not hard. So I'm going to set that to the side. And I'll go ahead and put this in the refrigerator so it'll firm up a little bit. And it shouldn't take too long. And then once it firms up, I can go ahead and take it out of there. I'm going to just leave my coconut oil out because I'll be doing my oil pulling here in a minute anyway. So once that hardens up, I'll be able to pull it out and rub some on his chest. Hopefully that'll open up his airways and get things moving. Yes, most of the day drove through a bad storm getting feed at Tractor Supply. It's actually been pretty nice during the day here. About 3 o'clock, it's been getting up to like 65, 70, so it's been nice. And to be honest with you, I've been going out when the sun is like at the highest. This may sound crazy, but I'm going to find a warm spot where the sun's shining bright. I'll go lay down and just try to soak up as much sun as I possibly can. Awesome. We got 4 watching, 4 thumbs up. Thank you all so much. Appreciate it. I do need to make coffee. And I don't feel like moving, honestly. I don't know why, but I woke up at like 5 o'clock this morning. I'm like, no. And I just laid there trying to go back to sleep and I couldn't. So I got up. I'm like, no. Cannot. I don't even know what time I went to bed last night. I must have went to bed early to be getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't like waking up that early. I should have known something was up though, because yesterday Barrett slept until 1 o'clock. So I should have figured something was coming on with him. Hey Gemma, good morning. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. So last night, yesterday, I pulled out some pork ribs to cook for dinner, you guys. So mad. And once they thawed out and everything, I should have freaking paid more attention. I was paying attention, but I was hopeful. Pulled those pork ribs out, they were gifted to us. And y'all, they had an off smell, and I'm like, oh, it's probably just because they've been packaged, right? Yeah, I should have listened to myself. I put them in the oven to cook for several hours, and I pulled them out. Guys, they stunk so bad. Something was wrong with them ribs. So I waited all day to eat those. Me and Barrett took a taste of it, and they stunk, and I was like, oh my god, something's wrong. So I ended up throwing fish in the oven for Barrett, and I ended up with a salad. And I had all the dishes cleared and everything. The only thing I had to wash was the pan I made the ribs in, the casserole dish I had the ribs in. And then, because they were no good, I didn't feel like doing dishes after that, so I didn't do dishes after making him my salad and fish. So now I got dishes piled. Ugh. Oh well. Hey Firefly, good morning. Good to see you. Firefly was up bright and early today too. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's the weather or what, but yesterday was a pretty bad day for me. Thank goodness I didn't have a live or anything, but yesterday was pretty bad. My anxiety all day long. I don't know why. It was through the roof. It was so bad. Yep, Dragon, that's exactly what I did. So you spent hours making dog food. Sure, the dogs would have been fine. Oh, they got them. Believe me, I gave them to the dogs. I wasn't going to waste it completely. My dog likes doing the dishes. No, Brutus and Rebel were super happy to get those ribs last night. And I was upset. You're eating my ribs. They really enjoyed it. Brutus, he's a glutton. Anytime you take anything out to him. I mean, it was a pretty large size slab, so we cut them in 4s and gave the dogs each 2 of them. But Brutus, we put it in his dog dish, and his dog dish is outside his dog house. And every time we do something like that, he'll like grab one and he'll take it in the house or into his dog house, and he'll chew on it for like a split second, and then he runs back outside to get the second one. And he'll take it back in the doghouse. I'm like, you're such a glutton. It was just a disappointment, so whatever. But that's why you gotta be careful what you get. I should have known something was up. Because we got that from the food pantry. And I don't like to say anything bad about that because obviously it's free food. But I knew something was up because the last time I went to the food pantry, they have stipulations on what you're allowed to have and what you're not. Well, that specific day that we went in, what am I looking for? Normally when we go, they say, you know, if you're a family under 6, then you can only get like a small package of meat, which is like a piece of steak or maybe like a 6-pack of ribs, or not ribs, but wings or something like that. Where's my other pair of scissors? I don't know what I did with them. But this time they're like, everybody this year gets a huge pack of meat. And I'm like, what? That's pretty slick. You guys, I think this is why. Hey, JSP, good to see you. Good morning. Yep. Moody says Stormy's the same way. She hides her food. It's so funny. Maybe it's the Great Pyrenees in them. I don't know. Because I'm trying to think. Rebel doesn't do that. Rebel's a Marama, and she doesn't do that. But Brutus does. It's weird. Firefly says your order should come today. Woohoo! Might do a pop-up live then if it does come today, Firefly. You should see my dog with pizza crust. Hey, Cookie, good morning. I hope all is well with you. It's been a while since I've seen you. Yeah, Mooney says, hope you're feeling better, JSP. He says, feeling lots better. Woo-hoo. Mooney says, yeah, it's a Great Pyrenees trait. All right. Let's get some of these dishes done, even though I don't want to. Ooh, we got 8 in the chat now. Awesome. Please, you guys remember to hit the thumbs up and share me out if you have the capability. Greta, hello, good morning. I am early. I did go early this morning because I got up so early and I had to get going and moving, or else I probably would have tried to lay back down like an hour later after getting up and go back to sleep. So I figured I'd go live just a little bit early so I would not try to lay there and go back to sleep. They are. Great Pyrenees are like preppers. They save for a rainy day. You know, so like recently I've been fermenting the chicken's food. So I've got 3 buckets out there and like a ladle. And every morning I get out there with a ladle and I scoop everybody's food up and everything. I've been doing this for like a month now. And yesterday morning I went out there to feed the chickens and my ladle was messing up. I'm like, where the heck is my ladle? And I'm like looking all over the chicken yard. I cannot find it. I know I put it, you know, on top of the buckets and everything. And I'm looking. I'm like, all right, he's got to have it in his doghouse or something. No, I crawled in his doghouse on my hands and knees looking for this stupid ladle. It wasn't in there. Well, right next to the doghouse, we have like a sheet of, I don't even know what you call it, some type of like heavy duty orange plastic. And we use it to try to block the vision of the dogs on the outside of the fence for the deer so they don't like go crazy as much. Anyway, this one piece is extra and it's just hanging out by the side of his dog house. I crawl in there and he's got it hidden under the straw, you guys. He pulled all the straw out of the dog house, or not all of it, but most of it, and put it in that corner and then buried my ladle. I'm like, seriously? I'm like, what are you doing with my ladle? He must have licked it clean or something. Dragon's dropping links for everybody. Thank you so much, Dragon. I appreciate that. Bring the dog in for the pre-rinse for the dishes. Heck no. That dog is a horse, man. He'll be into everything. He's as tall as my kitchen table. He'll be putting his head on the kitchen table and getting into everything. I love him to death, but he's definitely not an inside dog. Florian pushes her bowl secret corner, then covers it with her blanket to hide. What the heck? Well, at least he doesn't hide his bowls from me. That's funny. It was hilarious the other day. Well, it was probably a couple of weeks ago now. But my girlfriend, she raises Great Pyrenees as well, and she has a pup out of the same litter as Rebel, and they're about the same size and everything. Well, hers is down in the field with all the goats and stuff, and they have an old broken down Chevy or Honda or something little car down there. And the other day they were down there, her and her husband were like mending fences and stuff, and they went to leave the field. She got all excited. She was like, "Where are you going?" And it was the first time she ever done it. But she jumped on the roof of the car so she could see him walking all the way up to the house. It was so cute. She snapped a picture of it. She's like standing on top of this car like she's just guarding the whole area. It's adorable. Hey, Wild. Good morning. Good to see you. The bowl has her food in it. Maybe she's trying to protect it from you. She thinks you're going to eat her food or something. My dog Foxy does that with her chew bones if I leave a blanket on the floor. Dogs are funny. Before I knew any better, back when Kilo was younger, before Kilo passed away, I used to buy those rawhide bones. I didn't know. So, anyways, I used to buy her the rawhide bones. Well, she knew better than me, because she'd take those rawhide bones and go bury them in the ground. She probably had like 20 rawhide bones around here, buried. And she never, ever ate them. She'd just go bury them. I'm like, what the heck? And we always thought that maybe she just went to bury them to save them for later or to soften them up or something, you know? But she never went back and buried them or anything. I always thought that was strange. And then years later, I realized or found out the rawhide wasn't good for dogs anyway. What the heck? She definitely knew better than me. Good morning, Carl. Good to see you. That's the afternoon for you, isn't it? Firefly says, okay, I'm up. The flea bag dog needs to go out. Ooh, Wild says, I seen a pile of piglets last night. Their heat light lamp went out and I had to fix it. They look so cute, but cold for little ones. They loosen up the ball when they jump around. Need to pull the light higher again. Yeah. Wild says, Firefly did alarm clock the dog. I give my dog raw beef bones. I know, Firefly. Frost is everywhere here, too. And I always say it's crunchy out because when you step on the grass, it's all crunchy. I hate when it's crunchy out. So cold. This is the dish that I used to cook the pork in last night, you guys. Oh, it stinks still. Nasty. We were sitting playing. Me and Barrett played a couple rounds of rummy. We were playing rummy last night. We're sitting there. We're both like, "Oh my gosh, those ribs! They made us so hungry." We were like starving last night. He was like, "That was a massive tease." I was like, "I know. I'm sorry. I'll have to make it up to him today." All right. How to get all those notifications off? It's driving me nuts. Did you guys see? They left up my Monday night reset. I can't believe it. I checked this morning, it was still there. And I thought, well, since they left it up this time, I better go change my thumbnail since I did it wrong.
Good morning. Today is Wednesday, November 15th. It's 7:20 a.m.
Ooh!
Currently, it's 34 degrees and feels like 30 with partly cloudy skies. You can expect partly cloudy skies starting later this morning, continuing until afternoon. Today's high will be 62 degrees at 3 p.m. and feel like 60. The low was 31.
Tomorrow's Barrett's birthday! Woohoo! I pulled some bacon up, so I'm going, or bacon out, so I'm going to go ahead and reseal this. Maybe, if it will go in there. Being stubborn, because I cut it wonky. There it goes. Wild says male piggies, I hear taste gross if they're not neutered. I don't know because I've always neutered mine wild just as a precaution. But the older farmers, the older folks, they say it doesn't taste any different. But I wasn't going to take a chance because when I neuter them, I do it at 2 to 3 days old, so that they can get right back on mama and get the colostrum. That colostrum will help them grow a lot faster. So I do it at 2 days old. Thank you, finally. Firefly says definitely crunchy out. I'm so far behind in chat, y'all. I'm sorry. Raw beef bones is great and it keeps teeth nice and clean. And it's easier also, Wild, to manage them when they're 2 or 3 days old. When you wait until they're like 2-3 weeks old, oh my gosh, they're so strong, and trying to catch them is a pain in the butt. It's just easier when they're really little. And also, another thing is they don't squeal as much when they're that little. When you take them around away from their mom, you'll see when those piglets start squealing, the mama will go crazy, or at least most of them will. They're very good moms. They protect their young, and it's scary to be in between a young piglet and their mother. So it's easier just to nab them when they're little too. What did YouTube do about the About page? If nobody, I'm sure somebody answered you, but the About page is on the main YouTube page now under your main information. There's like an error that you click over. Dragon told me that the other day. See, if you darn kids wouldn't step on my I can't talk. Lawn, you wouldn't know it's crunchy, so get off my lawn. No, piggies, I hear taste gross. Oh, Dragon did tell you right there. Dragon, I was watching Monster House last night. Get off my lawn. You expect partly cloudy for the next 5 months. No, Mooney. I don't want no cloudiness. Wow, it says cool, happy birthday. I got him one of those like little personal size cakes the other day. I got that. That's a carrot cake. So he's got a little miniature birthday cute. How cute. And then I bought him a present last month. It's nothing big or anything. But I did get him a present last month, and it's been in my trunk of my car because Bear's like a little child, you guys. He wants to know what it is. He wants his presents early all the time. And what were we doing? Oh, we went grocery shopping on the 10th. And we had put groceries in the trunk, and he was pulling them out and carrying them in the house. And he was like, hey, what's in that bag right there? I'm like, get out of there. I said, you know you're not looking in that bag. And he's like, can I just take a peek? I'm like, no, you can't. Get out of my trunk. He's so horrible. Wow, says, cool, happy birthday. Dragon says, early birthday, Barrett. Bear butt. Birthday Blumpkin. You're crazy, Firefly. Ain't happening. Disgusting. When it warms up here, I think I'm going to paint the ramp with skid text. This farmer said that they taste bad and they are dog food when it tastes. I think it has to do with your like palate too, Firefly. Wild. Sorry. I think some people just have better taste buds and stuff, or stronger taste buds, and they can taste that. I don't know. I personally just have always followed the rule to neuter them. So I can't tell you because I've never butchered one with balls still left on. Although the Amish up the road, do you remember my big, huge hog, the one that was like 600, 700 pounds? When he kept jumping out and stuff and getting on the road, I thought he was going to end up causing a wreck and killing someone. I ended up taking him up to the Amish and sold him to the Amish. And I asked him, like, are you going to denut him, neuter him before you butcher him? And they said, no, we don't do that. We'll just go ahead and butcher him out. So I don't know. I think it's just personal preference. And I think a lot of that came from wild boars too, like the wild hogs that run around. I think that they have more of a like stronger odor or something. I don't know. I made steps yesterday, you guys. So I've been trying to record videos. It's just taken a lot longer. Barrett's working on building a woodshed, and he's almost done. We're still working on like the roof of it, and it's pretty high up. He built this thing massive, and I'm scared of heights. And he can only be on the ladder for so long before the blood clots in his legs start hurting him really bad. So it's holding us up a little bit. I got to get up there probably today or tomorrow and put roofing paper up there, which scares me because I don't want to be up there. But it's got to get done. But yesterday, I built like a little platform as like a step, and I nailed all the 2x4s onto it so it looks cute. We got a little step there in front of it. I could not tell you about farm raised pork, but in the wild, the sow tastes way better than the pork. Yeah, that's what I've heard too, Cookie. It's raw plywood now and slippery. I bet it is. That the plywood and 2x4s and stuff like that, when it's like that, it gets super slippery. We need to do these guys soon. We have been busy. They are 2 weeks old. Yeah, you need to get them done soon, Wild, for real. I remember one year, it was when my back was really, really flared up, and I couldn't get anybody out here to help me at the time. You guys, Barrett don't do butchering. He definitely does not denut, neuter animals or anything like that. The guys around here, they ain't into that stuff. And my back was really hurt, and I couldn't get out there to get the piglets and do it. And it ended up being like a month before I got to the piglets. It was the worst mistake that I had ever made in my life, honestly. Those pigs were so strong and so heavy, and they screamed, and they were just a pain in the butt. I couldn't hold them. I ended up having like 4 people come out here trying to hold down this piglet. It was a horrible experience. So I was like, screw it, stop, everybody stop. We went up and got a case of beer, and I got a loaf of bread, and I wouldn't suggest doing this. I know other people on YouTube do it and stuff, but I would not suggest doing it unless you absolutely have to. But we've got one of those kiddie pools, I've got a couple of them on the property, and I grabbed one of those and I filled that completely full of beer. Well, not completely, but put a whole 12-pack of beer in there and threw the bread in and let the pigs eat it. So they were drunk. And some of them calmed down so that I could get them done. but not all of them. Some of them went wild when they drank it. I was like, never again will I do that. But usually, if they're only 2 or 3 days old, they're just itty bitty things. You can put them right between your legs, and I can do them myself if I can catch them. I can put them in my legs with their head down towards the ground with their little butt sticking up. And then sometimes I might need help with somebody, holding the legs open or whatever, but usually their butt's right there and I can take them out right there. Super easy. Firefly said her dad's been on the butchering kick. Yeah. I love your daddy. Wrapped me up. Let's see. They're not too strong yet, but soon enough they are taking the boys further away from mom so she can't hear them as bad. Yeah, usually I trick her. Mama, I usually trick her. I'll throw in some fruit or something good. I'll give her some kind of treat. Get her distracted, and while she's busy eating, I'll snatch the piglets out of her. One year we pulled the livestock trailer up because the sows and the boar were huge that year, and I had people come in, and I didn't want anybody to get hurt. So we took one panel of the fence down, and we just backed the livestock trailer up, and I threw a bunch of feed in the trailer, and then I walked the hogs in there, all 3 of the hogs in there, and we drove them all the way down to the creek. And then I was able to get the piglets, and I think that was the year I waited, and they were older, and that's why we did that. And I didn't want anybody to get hurt. And that was a bad year. Vicky and Scott were here, and their grandson was here. He was in the pen actually running and chasing because he was the youngest. He was only like 17, 18 at the time. So he was catching pigs and handing them to me. Well, one of the piglets got out of the pen after I neutered him, got out of the pen and took off into the field. So it was running around loose, and the sows and the boar that were in the trailer could hear it and everything. And when I was done, we went ahead and brought them back to the pen, dropped them off. I let them out and everything. And they were pissed. They were so mad at me. And they knew one of the piglets was out running wild. So they're all walking up and down the fence line trying to see it, trying to find it. And Scott was the one that found it. And he grabbed it by the leg, picked it up, and he was carrying it across the field. And pigs, they have really, really good memories. And ever since that day, those hogs hated Scott. Anytime he come near the pen, they'd start snorting and growling at him. And he's like, oh, I didn't do anything. I was saving your baby. But every time he come over after that, those pigs are like, nope. It's so funny. Yep, a bucket full of scraps will keep her happy waiting. We'll be butchering soon, but I won't post it on YouTube, maybe Patreon. I'm trying to keep my channel clean, laugh out loud. It's so hard to try to keep your channel clean because YouTube's against like every freaking thing. Jess, check message, okay. What do you do with the ball? No. What I personally do with the balls is I feed it to the cats and the dogs, you guys, honestly. Or I hit Barrett with them. Not on purpose, but I have. Aww. Chloe's looking so cute, Firefly. Usually, like the guys, it's usually me and Vicky dealing with the neutering of the piglets. And so, usually, like I told you, I have the piglets between my legs with their butt sitting up here like this. And I have the scalpel and everything in my hand. And then I have the scalpel in one hand, and with my thumb, I push push everything up so I can see it clearly. And then as I'm doing that, Vicky usually spreads the legs so I have enough room to work. Well, when I do that, I'm usually sitting in a chair and she's standing in front of me, and the guys are standing behind us with their back towards us. And they're usually standing there holding themselves saying, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe you guys are doing this." They don't like it. And that one year I was doing it, I was cutting them, pulling them out, and tossing them behind my shoulder, and I didn't realize the guys were standing right there, and I'm like smacking them in the shoulder with it. They're like, "What the heck?" I'm like, "I'm sorry," and they're like, "Disgusting." But usually I throw them over my shoulder like that because I either have a cat or a dog or something there waiting. No Wheaties involved. I live in Missouri. Around here, they fry them and eat them. Yeah, a lot of them do. Marshmallow Man, time for Wheaties. Me too, Marshmallow Man. Here, puff, puff, pass. Hey, Texas Scratcher. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Thank you, Texas Scratcher. Appreciate that. Dragon says wild boar meat. It's all about the processing of the meat, depending on how gamey it tastes. I don't denut the boars. Just make sure to let them soak in a brine solution before packaging. See? That's why it's so awesome when we come together, because everybody else has information too. Hey, Crystal. Good to see you. Good morning. Hope all is well. I'm way behind. Usually when something gets put off, it's bad. Yes. Agreed. Jess, an adventure. I think the pig's diet makes a huge impact on taste too. Pigs in Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama all taste different. I wouldn't know. I've just always raised commercial hogs. I wouldn't even call them commercial. Heritage breed hogs. Thanks for all the hearts. Fried, laugh out loud. The guys want to try the bull's balls. I've had them. I didn't know I was eating them, but I've had them. And they were really, really good while I was drunk until someone told me what they were. And then they didn't taste very good. And that was mean. That was so mean. That was in Lost Prairies in Montana when I was skydiving. And they had Rocky Mountain oyster stand. I didn't know what it was. I was so naive. I was just sick from skydiving. I peed my pants. I threw up. I was scared to death of skydiving. And they're like, "Here, drink some beer," and giving me shots and stuff. And I'm drinking that stuff down to calm my nerves. And then somebody was like, "Here, you need to eat something too." And they hand me Rocky Mountain oysters. And they didn't call them that. But they were like, "Here's some food." And I'm freaking shoving them things down, eating them like it's nothing. And they're like, "You know what that is, right?" And I'm like, "No, what?" And they're like, "Rocky Mountain oysters." And I was like, "Yeah, what's that?" And they're like, "They're bull balls fried." And I'm like, "Ugh." And I lost everything again. I'm like, "You guys, that was mean." Wow, it says we forgot to ban him, or he was a little too old to ban. Banning doesn't work for piggies. Nope. Can't ban a piglet. I personally have never banned a cow, though. That's something I've never done. Now, Barrett has when he was helping his dad on the farm and stuff when he was younger, but I've never personally banned a cow. Cookie says, "Be right back. Dog wants out." Firefly says, "Dragon, you eat wild boar." Oh my gosh. What are you going to do? Wild? Preserve it? You going to preserve the tongue for later use? Oh my gosh. Yep, I hunt it, I eat it. Not the balls, though. Mom always told me not to play with my food. I guess I didn't listen. I got worse. Do wild boars have the tusks? Yes. Yes, they do. I do know that. Marshmallow Man, I'm flying high again. We do our bowls within a few days. Dragon says, yep. It's so funny because I raise heritage breed hogs, and out of all the years that I raised the heritage breed, I never had any of them get tusks except for Mister the 7. I think it's because he was 700 pounds. However, I can't even remember how big he was. He was huge. But he was the only one that ended up growing husks. And I think it's because he's the only one I've let get to that size. I don't know. But he was starting to scare me. And he wasn't mean or aggressive or anything. He was just so big, and then he had those tusks, and we don't trust hogs anyway, so it was just scary. If he was to turn on us or to get aggressive, it wouldn't have been good. Dad's last appointment today, and I'm heading home tomorrow on Friday. Woohoo! You'll get to sleep in your own bed, Firefly. The boars also have a thicker shoulder plate than farm-raised boars. That would make sense. Dad was watching videos on cooking deer heart. I think some do, some don't, and some farmers break them off when doing the balls. What do you mean they break them off? What are they breaking off? Oh, you said lambs too. I didn't. That makes sense. I've never done a lamb either. Let's see. If they have them, breeds are different, I think. Oh, I don't know. I'm sorry, Firefly. Just think, you'll be home soon in your own space and on your own comfy bed with Murphy on top of your head. Just think, you'll also get to have a natural heating pad sleeping on your head again. Firefly says, Fleabag. These are spotted. That all I know. The tusk teeth, if they are there. Am I super loud, Firefly? Firefly, can you hear me? I went to walk the dog. What did I walk back into? Oh my goodness. I like to stay with the Tamworth. I love the Tamworths, and those are the red ones. They supposedly are supposed to get pretty good sized husks as well, but none of mine have. So I don't know if, like I said, I didn't let them grow big enough to get them or not, but I like the Tamworth, and some people call them New Hampshire. Some people call them Hampshire. That's the black and white ones. Those are my two favorites. Those are the ones I will always raise. notifications out of the way. Seriously? I went to get on my Facebook and it says I'm not logged in. Barrett's logged in. Ugh. I hate logging into my stuff because I always forget my passwords too. And then I gotta look them up. At least I can find my passwords though. What the heck? It says I didn't enter the right password. I know I did. I'll have to figure out how to do this another way. Give me a second, you guys. I'll be back in the chat in a minute. Hey, Prepper Studying, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. I added a bunch of new friends, but now I'm getting lots of messages. Oops. Ooh, Prepper Studying spending Thanksgiving at Lazarus. All right. I gotta figure something out real quick. All right. I sent you a message, Mooney. I gotta get back into my chat here. Got 15 thumbs up and 8 watching. Thank you so much, you guys. I do not miss Instagram on my phone. Yeah, that's not my favorite platform. And I can't stand Twitter. I got rid of Twitter just as fast as I put it on my phone. I should say you're not allowed to flirt with me without watching this playlist first. Wild. I just realized it's Wednesday Wake with Jess. What do you think it was, a pop-up? We would comment on every video and then we could talk. Oh, Jess, you want to talk about beer yeast? Ew, no, Dragon, that was foul. No, don't do it. That was so disgusting. I made Barrett read that article last night. I was like, oh, I forgot. I said, me and Dragon were talking earlier, and he sent me this article you gotta read. He was mad. He's like, I don't want to see that shit. He's like, that's disgusting. You threw my phone at me. He's like, get it out of here. Wild says, just talk. Jess, I hear Twitter don't like you either. Probably don't. Oh no, Wild got kicked off of TikTok and I don't know why. Maybe you were just, I don't know, you're too gorgeous for TikTok, Wild. Hey, welcome. How are you?
Good. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Let me take my camera off. Yeah. Now, why am I echoing on my side?
I don't know. I just checked my settings to make sure and everything's good on this side. Say something.
Okay. Let me stop my camera. Maybe that's it. Am I echoing now?
You're not to me.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's better.
Prepper Setting says I'll be there for like 4 days Thanksgiving weekend. Firefly says, Jess, did you go number 2? Nope. There's something wrong with me. And Wild says, but I don't show myself. Laugh my butt off. Prepper says, I never use Twitter. Me neither. Firefly says, hi, Mooney. I see I'm not the only anti-social media light. Cookie's laughing. Prepper Setting says, Moonlight Gypsy looking pretty hot this morning, Mama. Where'd Mooney go? She disappeared on me. She'll probably be back. Yep, there she goes. Hello?
If that's better.
I think
Okay. I'm not echoing on my end now. Okay.
good.
I was echoing really bad. All right. Let me hide my camera because I look really tired. Okay. All right.
Here's a salve we made this morning. If anybody missed
okay.
it, you'll have to go back and watch it from the beginning. But I'll put that on Barrett here in a little bit.
Let me see now. I can see the comments. Let me figure that out. Okay. I haven't been up on a live like in a while. I have to reteach myself.
It was just the other day.
Yeah,
No.
but that was my own live. I got to figure out your live where I can see the.
All the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wild, I don't know if you were in here when we made this app, but Barrett's been like really congested and he's been trying to cough the stuff up, but he can't. It's just like stuck there. So I went ahead and made some salve this morning to try to break up that congestion. They better not demonetize this live because I'm talking about salves. Dang it.
Oh, geez.
I know, it's ridiculous.
So do you know where I go hiking at Plains Prairie?
Yeah.
Pepper Steading knows Plains Prairie. I guess a small plane went down in there yesterday at 2.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and they were trying to find it. It took them hours. I'm not even sure if they found it. My daughter says she thought they did, but I guess it was a rugged terrain and they were having a hard time because part of it's like swampy with gators and then it's just dense woods. So I don't know if they found it or not, but it was a small plane and they lost it off the radar somewhere over Payne's Prairie. And I was just there the day before between 2 and right before dark, probably 5 o'clock. So 24 hours later, a plane goes down in that area.
That's crazy. It's
So
so
I missed
weird.
it by a day.
You're like the second person, something like a disaster like that's happened. It was horrible yesterday morning here. Our major highway from my little town to Columbus is I-70. And
Yeah.
sometime yesterday morning, a semi truck and a charter bus with a bunch of kids on it collided together. And there
I
was
think I saw that. I think I saw that on the news.
and there was a bunch of other vehicles that were involved too, but everybody was on fire. Like the semi
Wow.
truck, everybody was on fire. And I think the head count so far is 6 deaths. And I'm just like, oh my God. And 3 of them, I believe 3 of them, 2 were 15 and 1 was 18. And I was just reading it last night. I'm like, oh, because they were given updates, you know. They were still on the scene at like 6 o'clock last night.
Yeah, that's so sad. I hate when kids are involved.
I know. And I'm just like hearing about all these crashes and everything yesterday. I'm like, what is going on? Horrible.
It's like 66 here, Firefly, but cloudy and rainy. So I went to Tractor Supply yesterday. I had to go get horse feed.
Yeah.
And I was looking for my dog food, which the one I feed Stormy is Victor. And I get up to the cash register and the lady goes, "Did you find everything okay?" And I said, "Well, I can't find the brand of dog food that I use for my dog anywhere on the shelf, Victor." And she goes, "Oh, it's recalled."
Oh yeah, I seen that too.
So I said, "It's recalled." She goes, "Yes." She goes, "Did you buy it from here?" I said, "Yes, but I don't have my receipt." So she goes, "Well, are you part of the rewards club?" And I said, "Yes." She goes, "I can pull it up for you and then we'll just go ahead and replace it." And I said, "Do I need to bring the remainder back?" I said, "Because she's almost finished with it." And she said, "No, just wrap it in a bag, throw it out. Don't feed it to any other animals and try not to touch it." I guess even like little kids that were under the age of 1 were getting salmonella and getting sick by just touching the dog food or the dog food bowls. So she pulled up my account and she goes, "All right, well, go ahead and get an equal amount bag." And she says, "We recommend the 4Health is comparable to Victor." And I said, "Okay." She goes, "It won't be that much of a change for your dog." So that's what I ended up doing. And it was really easy. They just pulled up my account and she made up a receipt and had me sign it that, it was a recall. And so I was able to get a different dog food. But I didn't even know about that. Like I didn't hear anything about it. And my daughter Chelsea feeds her dog that. And I messaged her and she goes, "Well, Basil already ate all hers." So,
So horrible.
But my dog hasn't been eating it. And I thought it was because that carbon monoxide detector was going off that day.
Oh yeah.
And he's been really weird. Like since it took her, like, she's better now, but she was really weird for several days and she wasn't eating. She didn't eat for like 3 days. So I'm wondering if she like sensed something in the food, like it was off, it didn't smell right.
Yeah, I'm sure she did.
Because it was just sitting there. So I thought it was just because she was a nervous wreck from that buzzing noise.
She was a nervous wreck because she fasted for 3 days.
Yeah. Yeah. So I did that yesterday and exchanged that. So that was really, really easy to do. I thought I hate to have to mail stuff in like receipts or anything and get money back. It's such a pain in the neck. And otherwise I just don't do it. Like if they say, "Oh, you get a rebate, just mail this in."
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I don't do it because I don't feel like doing it.
Yeah.
Keep your damn $10.
Dragon, I didn't find that or see that. You have to send me a link. That's funny. I need to watch that. He's talking about did you see Congress? Man was ready to take out the trash in Washington D.C. Oh,
What did he say?
there was
Oh, take it. Okay.
yeah, and then he was an MMA undefeated fighter before running for Congress. That's funny.
Well, I love how San Francisco was able to clean up everything before they have this little powwow meeting with different leaders and stuff, and they cleaned it up, got rid of the homeless, got rid of all the needles in the street and the trash in the street, and cleaned it all up like in a lickety split, you know?
Yeah,
It just like makes me ill. I'm like, you idiots, just,
they're definitely idiots.
Yep. They really are.
Marshmallow Man said the dog food salmonella is happening up here in Canada too.
Yeah, they pulled it all off the shelf. I guess it's a really bad outbreak, and dogs have gotten really sick, and I think some have even died.
Oh, I bet. Pepper Stedding said she'd smell it way before we humans could.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking is like, she's like, yeah, I'm not eating this shit.
And JSP says, yeah, I don't do rebates either.
Yeah, I just forget. Like I intend to, and then I just forget to do it. It's too much effort, I guess.
Jersey Shore says you should see New York City. Looks like a war zone. I don't go in there anymore for work. Smells like piss everywhere. That's gross.
Yeah, it's like you're walking, you know, in a third world country now.
Crazy. Hey,
And I
Gig.
can't believe they picked those cities. You know, they're getting a ton of money for all that.
Yeah.
You know, hotels and everything. But what do they do with the homeless? Just stick them in jail or hide them, and then they're going to bring them back out?
I don't know. I know in our city, we're like a tiny, small town and everything, but they freaking kick our homeless out of one area and they go to another area, and it's just a continuous thing that they do. So
Yeah.
for months, nobody will see any of the homeless because they found a new place, but then all of a sudden you see them, and it's crazy. And, you know, like our small little town, like, we have a lot of homeless, but it's not like crazy like the big cities and stuff. I mean, we still have quite a bit, but if they're under the bridges and they're by the river, which is where they usually go around here, they try to stay out of plain sight. It's not like they're just on the side of the street laying like you see in San Francisco or something, LA. They're actually like under the bridges at the rivers. Like, leave them alone. They ain't nobody. They make me so mad.
No, and it just, when they clean it up like that, it just goes to show you they can do something. Like, you can put all that energy into setting them up and putting them somewhere, you know?
Yeah. Go ahead.
If you can remove them that quick, you can definitely, you know, set them up. They're just, their priorities are so messed up.
Well, and then we have, like, because we're a small town, I think, we have some really good people around here that are so into, like, volunteering and just, like, helping. Most of them are veterans. One of the guys that I know, he owns a storage unit, and he buys, like, the pallet stuff off of Amazon or whatever, and then he stores it in the storage units that he has. And then at Christmas time or whatever, when really it's whatever, but he'll have like the homeless people go there and he passes out stuff to them for free. So he pulls it out of his own pocket and then passes stuff out. And usually he gets like tents and blankets and lanterns and stuff like that. And then like at Christmas time, basically just to clean out the storage sheds, he does like a community yard sale, but everything is like super cheap. And he allows everybody to come in there, and then the money that he makes off of it also goes to the homeless. But he also owns some farmland, and he has a big, huge pole barn on this property, and he allows all the homeless that are in his area to come there and live. And it's like a big, huge commune of homeless people. And I think that's just awesome. And inside the barn, everybody has their own like individual tent. So
Oh, okay.
I think
Yeah.
it's pretty cool that
Yeah.
he's that caring to help them out.
I saw yesterday, there was, I don't know where it was at, but somebody was trying to put up tiny homes for the vets. I don't know if anybody else saw that article, and I can't remember what city or state it was in, but that would be great, to be able to set up little
Actually,
tiny homes.
yeah, I agree. And actually, there was a while, it's been a while now, probably, I don't know, 7, 8 years, maybe 6 years. But one of my uncles lives in Texas, and he was having a hard time. He was in a couple car wrecks when he was younger, and he's got steel plates and rods and everything throughout his body, and he has a hard time working, especially when it gets cold. But he was homeless for some time, and they had put up somewhere in Texas. I think it was Austin, but they put up a homeless community of little tiny houses, and he was on the waiting list, and he got one. So, like, when he got to move in and stuff, he was sending me pictures on Facebook. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, Gainesville does try to do that. They have they call it Tent City or something, but then it became too much drugs in it and stuff, and people were fighting, and the thing is you're gonna have to, watch them. You're gonna have to have some kind of security or something,
Yeah.
Otherwise that is gonna happen. You're still gonna have the drugs, you're still gonna have the violence.
Right. I'm just trying to catch up on chat.
Hey, Giggles.
And I'm the type of person, like, I see the homeless on the street, and I'll see, like, a cute little old man, and I'm like, oh, we should bring him home. And Barrett's like, stop it. I'm always trying to bring him home. And he's like, leave him alone. He's like, you're not bringing anybody home.
Oh my God, it's not a stray puppy, Jess.
I know. I'm like, I feel so bad. It's so cold out. There was one
I
time.
know. I always feel bad too.
There was a couple years ago, there was this girl. She was probably my age, and she was like big pregnant. She was like probably 8 months pregnant, huge. And there was snow on the ground. It was freezing cold, and she was like hanging out under like a McDonald's. It had like a little drive-through underpass thing, and she was under the underpass thingy. And she just standing there, and she didn't even have a coat or a hoodie on. She had a long sleeve shirt, and she was in jeans and flip flops. And I felt so bad. I'm like, she could just get in the car for a little bit and warm up. And Barrett's like, you're so crazy. He's like, stop. And I'm like, well, we're getting her coffee and something hot to eat then.
Right.
So I posted, because we were in town, we're like, I don't know, about 15 minutes from town. So it's not like I can just run home and grab stuff and then bring it in town. But I posted on Facebook that this woman was out there, and like in less than 15 minutes, people were out there bringing her blankets and jackets and shoes and socks and all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, yay. At least I know she's warm.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even a bad idea to if you don't want to give them money, you can make up, baggies of stuff, and then have the baggies ready, and then just hand it to them, when you pull up next to them, you can even have a male bag and a female bag,
Yeah. Yeah, I used to do that stuff all the time too.
Yeah.
I don't go to town as much anymore. When I was working, I would see them all the time on the corners and stuff, and I would do that. I'd pass out stuff. Or like on my lunch breaks and stuff, I'd do coffee runs for, my coworkers and stuff. And then I'd get them coffee, the homeless coffee too, and drop it off as I'm headed back to work. But I don't go to town as often anymore.
Yeah, there's so many homeless in Gainesville, and Jacksonville would bus them here to Gainesville because Gainesville takes care of them better. And so Jacksonville would get them out of their city and send them to Gainesville and tell them to get set up there. So
Yeah.
Gainesville has a huge problem. And then in the wintertime, they all come from up north and come to Gainesville. It was getting so bad last year that they were just everywhere. It was like you couldn't even keep up with them. They were on every single corner of every single road.
Yeah. See, that's just so crazy.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's so sad.
And I think like smaller towns are a bit different too, like because most of like the homeless around here, they're older folks. They're like vets and stuff like that. I mean, we still have young ones, but
Mm.
not like I see across the country. Most of them are older.
Yeah, it's sad, and I think it's becoming more and more because people just can't survive out there.
Yeah.
Um,
Firefly says it makes me angry. I know, right, Wild? She says, I think they should all go to the Capitol and camp out on the government land, show the problem, don't hide it. You know, that's probably why the White House has a gated area now. Because back in, I don't even remember what war that was. I can't remember now. I was reading a homestead book, reading about this war, and all the veterans, they were supposed to get a certain amount of a pension and everything. I think it was in the 20s or 30s. They were supposed to get a pension from the government so that when they went back to their homesteads, they could provide for their family. And the government was like refusing to pay it to them. So all these veterans from all over the world came together and they went on the front lawn of the White House and were protesting, and all kinds of horrible stuff ended up happening. And they ended up having a general come out, and he was like literally killing the veterans that he had fought with side by side to get them out of the White House lawn. So that's probably why they put a gated area around the White House now, so people couldn't
Yeah.
do that.
Yep. They don't want to deal with any of the issues. You know, they're fine and cozy in their big mansions
Yeah, they're too worried about what they're
with
getting.
their guards and their guns, and you know, the peasants, just leave the peasants, ignore them.
Yep. Jersey Shore says, I went to ShopRite, which is like a cute Publix. I swear, spent $100 and barely got anything. Everything too much money. Yeah. Hey, Art, good to see you. Yeah, the prices of housing and mortgage rates hikes are crazy. We're supposed to get assessed again. They keep telling me, like, when I pay the property taxes, this woman, she drives me nuts. Every time I go in there, she's like, I pay like $20 more than I need to pay. But she's like, you should probably put more money on this to cushion yourself because your guys' taxes are going up in April. Everybody's taxes are going up in April again. And I'm like, look, woman, I'm already putting $20 more than I can afford on here.
Right.
But she gives me a hard time every time. She's like, you should probably put more on here. And I'm like, if I could, I would. Like, I can't afford to do any more. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, I went grocery shopping with Caitlin. We went to Trader Joe's when I was over there. I think it was last month. And I go, okay, so how many days, how long will this last you? She goes, Mom, this is like 2 days worth of food. I'm like, what? She goes, yeah. I'm like, oh my goodness. And she goes, yeah, I'm gonna have to come back again and get more groceries.
Oh, that's crazy. Hey, Rage, good to see you. That's the thing about being like, I am so thankful to be on this homestead and being able to raise the animals or gardens that I do and be able to do what I've been doing for the last 10 years, because if I wasn't able to do that, I have no idea how we would survive, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't know how people are affording these prices just for food, let alone rent. Rent is outrageous.
Well, I hardly eat. Like I do the intermittent fasting, and then I go, like if I go to Trader Joe's, I'll get like several things of meat, and I like the farro, and that's only like $1.99 for a bag of farro. And some veggies and stuff, and that'll last me. I'll spend like $60, and that'll last me almost 2 weeks. Because when I get home, I separate all the meat and put it in wax paper and then freezer bags, and then so that it's one individual meal. And then I'll just pull it out. Like I only pull out like one piece of meat and throw it on my air fryer.
Yeah.
And then do the veggies and stuff. The only problem is the veggies doesn't last 2 weeks. So then I'd have to maybe go either to frozen or go get more veggies, go to the farmer's market or something. But I'm very frugal with it, and I separate it all and just have one piece of meat a day, and that's it. And then we have the eggs. So I'll do eggs in the morning if I do eat, but usually I don't even start eating until 1 or 2, you know?
Yeah. That's funny, Art. He says, I thought it was fenced so paws won't get lost.
He thought, what?
The White House is fenced in so POTUS wouldn't get lost.
Oh, that's true, right?
Yeah. And then Wild said, your leader got our leader to put up a fence around the hill. Oh my goodness. Jersey Shore says better off shopping at Dollar Tree. They have name brand stuff.
I think I told you before, the Dollar General here in town is a pop-up shelf.
Uh-huh.
They have everything. Like you can go Christmas shopping there. It's like a small Marshalls or TJ Maxx. They have the cutest stuff there.
That's great.
And they have pretty decent food too. I don't really get my meat there, so but I know people who have and said they haven't had a problem. But I'm really particular. Like I don't like if the meat smells funky or anything like that. I can't do that. I'm like I have to have it fresh. Even my lunch meat, like if I do buy lunch meat, which I don't do that anymore, hardly ever. I only eat it for like the first 2 days, and then if it gets slimy or anything, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not eating that.
Yeah, those pork ribs last night was such a disappointment. I'm like, no.
But when you were telling the story, my stomach was actually flipping, like, It's like, that's so gross. I can almost like smell the smell. I cannot stand that.
Yeah, and I was like, I took a bite of it, and I knew I shouldn't have. And I'm like,
Oh,
ew, so gross. And Barrett's like, I hope you don't get food poisoning. I said, well, maybe it'll help me poop.
yeah,
like,
maybe, right?
he's like, that's not a good way to look at this.
Yeah, you'd be throwing up for days.
Yeah.
My daughter's family just went through the whole vomiting virus. Every single one of them. It's been awful. They're finally back at school. It's gone from one kid to the other, just waking up in the middle of the night, and she can hear them gagging and they're vomiting all over their beds and can't make it to the bathroom. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to be visiting you until this is gone.
That's horrible. I remember like working in the nursing homes, I could deal with anything. There's three things I could not deal with working in the nursing home, and that was vomit. I could not do it. I would throw up. I would pay somebody to go take care of one of my patients or switch off patients just so I wouldn't have to do it. Or like, when they get suction, people get suction. Oh my gosh. I can't deal with phlegm or spit or anything like that. So
I am the exact same way. We are so much alike. Like I smell vomit and I have to like run because I will be right behind them vomiting too.
it's funny.
And the whole phlegm thing, that makes me grossed out too.
It's so disgusting. I remember when my son, he was sick, throwing up and had a fever and stuff. And so he was running around the house without any clothes on, just a diaper, was trying to get his fever to come down a bit. And he was in the living room here and he started throwing up. And I'm like, oh my God. And Barrett's like, grab him. So I picked him up and I had my hand in a cup, and I was like trying to rush him to the bathroom. And so I was running to the bathroom. I was throwing up. So there was like throw up everywhere. And Barrett's like, oh my God. He's like, I can't deal with this. And I'm like, I can't. It's horrible. So thankfully Barrett was able to clean it all up, but it was bad. Dragon said earlier, I missed it. He said, where'd that comment go? 25 tiny homes for vets being built in Myrtle Beach.
Oh, okay. That's South Carolina, right?
Yeah. Yep. Thank you for the hearts. Sorry, you guys. Me and Mooney are just talking away and the chats are flying.
Let me get the horse. I have to put him back in the pen. They're filthy.
Are they?
Yeah.
Well, it's been raining and muddy, right? I'm so far behind in the chat. I'm sorry, you guys. Firefly donated mom's winter coats the other day. Ooh. Hold on, I'm trying to get you. All right, you're back.
Okay. Yeah, they're really filthy. Hey, Lloyd. I'm gonna move him back into the pen.
Yeah, Gigs, I don't see how the big families are making it either. She said, I don't see how these big families survive and don't get food stamps.
Yeah, my daughter's fixing to be a family of 4.
Yeah. Parks of hunting and foraging, fishing, helping people. Well, thankfully, we're lucky enough to be able to do those things, Art, but a lot of people can't, especially, the people in the cities and stuff. Firefly said,
Yeah,
Dad's finally eating.
yeah. My daughter's husband. They're not in the income range for any kind of food stamps or assistance or anything.
That's bull crap. Jersey Shore says, well, we know that. He works in the staffing industry. And he said tons of companies are letting people go right before the holidays. Makes me sick. People are struggling.
Oh wow.
That's horrible.
Yeah, look at Rip. He's filthy because it's rained yesterday.
Yeah.
You're a dirty boy. He's a dirty boy. It's supposed to rain till tomorrow, I think. All right, come on, boy. Come on.
Setting, you're so bad. He says, what did he say? He says, I really like suction.
He's
Bad boy.
all right, buddy. Go on. Go on. Good job.
And that's the thing, like with the, I know you guys are probably sick of hearing it, but with the Dexters and the pigs and stuff, I have like such an urgency. I'm like, I got to get them now, like as soon as possible, get them back because the prices are just so insane. And not only the prices, but you get meat from the store, you don't know what you're getting. Thankfully, I have an affordable butcher at Save a Lot, so it's a little better, but still, I would rather be able to produce my own.
Oh man. Share. Don't be a turd. Lloyd is not good at sharing.
Pepper Stein says I'm in South Carolina right now.
All right, let me. Okay. Ooh, it's windy. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Just
I'm
making
just-
sure I didn't lose you.
I'm just reading the chat. Dragon says, oh, Lloyd and Rip.
Yep. They're going to need a good brushing after this rain because they are full of dirt. Oh my goodness, these stupid dogs. I just walked out and I'm walking right back in. It's just me.
Wild says cow prices are crazy and not coming down. It's weird, so prepare beef will be unaffordable. Yeah, and that's the thing. Me and Barrett were looking at market prices, at the sale barn for I think it was like 80 to 90 pound calf. They were wanting like $290 to $300. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Wow.
That's just for your, whatever bottle calf. Like, they're not even weaned yet. That's insane.
I think somebody might have fencing for us that they don't want.
Yeah.
And we're going to fence off another section here. And because there's all this grass and the rest of the 7 acres. And there's no reason why the horses can't be out here full time and then just leave the pasture gate open that they can get to the food and the water. But we have to fence it off because Lloyd keeps going over to the chicken coop,
Yeah.
So when he's out here, I have to horse it and make sure he doesn't go over there because I don't want him to eat that dirt and get colic.
Right.
So hopefully if we get this fence wire, then CJ and I will split the poles and then we can get another whole section and that would be fantastic. And my niece said, well, maybe we can get a donkey.
Yeah. Hey,
And I said, can we get a cow? Can we get a cow?
Hey, South Florida. That's what I'd be doing. Yes.
I know.
Let's see. Dragon, I did see the link. I haven't gotten to click on it yet about the beef prices. 2025, people really going to be pissed once the beef go up. People really going to be running around angry. Yeah. Good morning, South Florida. Firefly says, gotta go feed dad. Talk to you guys later. Bye,
Bye, Firefly. Text us.
Ew, gross. Dragon hands wild edibles, a plate of sauteed scorpions, cricket, truffle, and slug mashed taters per the law. We can't call them potatoes since there are no potatoes in the product. That's disgusting. Wild says $500 Canadian, 500 Canadian now when they used to be, yeah. See, we used to be able to get bottle caps for 20, 25 bucks too. And then it went to like 60, 65. And then it went to about 85 to 90. And now it's out of here. So 500 for a whole stain, you guys, that's insane. That's like way overpriced.
Yeah, I want a cow for meat here, but Angela, she says, but I'm not eating it. And I was like, she goes, we can't butcher it. I'm like, Angela, it's better than the meat that you get. What do you think that they go through when they go to, to market? They're going to have a good life here with lots of love and lots of grass and company and, we'll have happy meat.
Yeah. Well, not only that, you'll be able to have it on hand. Like,
I know.
Well, and that's why I wanted to get into the Dexter because it is a smaller breed. But they still put on 500 pounds of meat. There's 500 pounds of meat you can still use, but it's small enough that if you had to, you could butcher it at home.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm trying to talk her into it. It might take a little bit of time.
Yeah. Just keep showing her pictures of Dexter's.
I know. Yeah.
It gets
and then we have I think we're not all, but I think we just need the poles. We're pretty close to the lean-to. I think we have all the material for the lean-to. So we can put that up.
Nice.
I know. And it's going to be just 2 or 3 stalls for them to go into.
Yeah.
And enough that it'll break the wind because like right now they're just standing in the rain, underneath the trees.
Yeah, that'll be nice for them to have that up.
Yeah.
Jersey Shore says, finally got my apartment. Congratulations.
Yay. I'm so happy for you. That's so good.
He's moving in February.
That's good.
Definitely awesome.
Yeah. Congratulations.
And that's the thing about the Dexters that I was researching about too. You can raise them on just grass and hay. So that's something that's really good too, because I don't want to be spending money on feed that I don't have to. But that's what they're originally, raised on, is just foraging. So that was a bonus for me too.
Yeah, that'll be great. I can't wait. I'm so excited for you.
I know.
Is that this week that you get to do that?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to go tomorrow. It's kind of like I gotta call and see if everything's okay that I can go. I gotta just call beforehand. But Barrett's got his Coumadin appointment tomorrow at 2:45, which will be perfect if I can make it there tomorrow, because they start milking at 3:45.
Okay.
So I'm hoping it'll work out and I can go see him tomorrow. I would love to film it for you guys, but I don't know how it's going to go with them being so private. I don't know what you want.
Yeah. Well, just say, can I film? And I won't use your face. I just want to film the cow.
Yeah.
So. Oh, this breeze feels amazing.
Yesterday, another guy contacted me. He lives about 38 minutes away from me, and he's moving in the spring. And he has a cow, which is a female, and a baby, a calf. So he's got a cow and a heifer that will be available in spring, and he wants $1,000 for it. And I said, well, if I can get together $1,000, I'll purchase it. I said I can't make any promises, but I would love to have them. So we'll see.
I don't think I can push on any of these links that you guys are sending me when I'm in here. I don't think.
I don't know.
I'm afraid I'll lose the whole chat.
I don't know if you can through StreamYard site or not.
Yeah, it doesn't like light up or anything. I'm afraid to do it. So.
Okay, it says Mooney, just keep showing them this and they'll want a cow.
Yeah, I don't think I can push on it.
Hold on, I'll click. Oh, you remember the white one? The white Dexter with the black tip and the black nose?
Yeah.
That's what.
That's cute. Yeah.
Oh, so adorable.
And Angela wants a young horse that she can train from the ground up. So that's another goal that she has. So eventually, hopefully, we can do that too. And she'll work with him, because she has had a horse before that she broke and, trained the horse like she wanted,
Yeah.
because these two are older, so she wants one that's going to be around for a very long time.
That's cute.
But we're just not ready. We're not set up yet. We got to do these few things. And I did find a round pen that I had my brother-in-law ask about, because the person who has it got rid of all their horses. And I said, see how much they want. And sometimes people just say, just get it out of my yard,
Yeah. That's how we get.
I'm not afraid to ask. I'm going to ask.
That's how we get a lot of our stuff.
Yeah.
The one thing that we've had a really, really hard time coming across, though, are like the fence posts, like the wooden fence posts, or the telephone poles. They want such. They're wanting $100 and up for one telephone post, and I'm like,
yeah.
We keep our eyes out. Hopefully, one day it'll pop up. But me and Barrett talked about it the other day, like, the grant that we filed for the fence.
Right.
If we can't get that grant or something falls through, we decided we're just going to do electric fence. We'll just do a strand of electric fence.
Right.
Because I think it's a dire situation to get those cows. Well, not specifically those cows, but some type of meat cow on the property. Firefly says, get freaking bail money now.
Oh, awful. So the fence that we have up now was free. and somebody just had it in their pasture and they were putting up new fence. And my nephew-in-law found it and it was in bad shape. Like we made it work. And the horses are so strong that they were leaning over and bending it, and it was so brittle that it was breaking.
Yeah.
So my brother and I, 2 weekends ago, we worked on the fence and we got free cypress from another friend because there's a cypress mill here. And all this wood was in the burn pile for them to burn. And he brought it to us. So I'll show you what we did.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So see, this is, can you see this? Oh, did I lose you?
No, you're still here.
Okay. Hang on. Okay. So see how brittle it is and rusted, and they've bent it. So we had all the free cypress wood, which was in the burn pile. And so we put this up here.
That's nice.
For now. Yeah. And so, well, you can see how bad the fence was. This is what the horses did.
Yeah.
They just bent it trying to get to the grass.
My question
So now,
is, how long has that fence been there? Do you know?
a year. Oh, the old one?
Yeah, the old
When
fence.
they had it in their pasture. I don't know how long it was there. I think they were just putting up new ones, so they took it down.
Well, the fence that's broken, that the horse broke, that fence, I'm wondering how long it actually lasts. Like, how many years?
I don't know.
Wonder how often you would have to replace something like that, you know?
But see, this is what we're going to do. So their pasture is here, and we put up all this fence, and it's not, top notch. It doesn't look perfect, but it keeps them from going over and getting the grass,
Yeah.
Oh, I just stepped in horse poo. Story of my life. So we're going to go this way and come from this end pole and put a gate so that the cars can go through, and then take the fence all the way straight down this line right here. You see the playhouse there, and then it's going to go straight line, and then they'll have all this area.
That'll be
all
nice.
the rest of it. Yeah. And then we'll leave the gate open and they could go in and out. So see, right now they've got it all tore up. They've eaten every bit of grass. So that's why I have to let them out and watch them.
Yeah,
So
right.
that's what we've been working on.
Dragon says, I thought Jess was going to say what Barrett and I are going to do is take a chainsaw and take down telephone poles from the other side. We're not Swifty like that. We'd have to be like sneaky. Ain't no way. No.
But I think like if you're driving around, like I don't have any problem just stopping and saying, hey, what are you doing with that? Do you want that?
We do the same thing.
I'll get that out of your yard.
Dragon says, wipe your feet, Mooney.
I know. I don't go in with these boots. These are my horse boots. So they're actually Timberlands, and I found them at a consignment shop. And I think they're boys, but I do fit in kids' shoes. So
Jersey Shore says, I might put an electric fence around my new home so the X don't come by.
there you go.
I gotta go. Geese are knocking at the door for breakfast, Wild says. See you later, Wild. Thanks for hanging
Bye,
out.
Wild. You'll have to save those links for me, Jess, and maybe send them to me. I don't know. Unless you're leaving this up, I don't even know if afterwards I can.
Yeah, I always leave this one up. This is the only live that I can actually monetize. So the Wednesday Wake Up with Jess always stay up. Anti-at-Jack says if you're able, grab the links here and you can easily drop them in the private chat for her to see on panel. Yeah, it's not easy. I'm on the phone, so it's hard for me.
Yeah, me too. I am too. That's all I got.
I am going to take a trip to the Amish here soon so I can put my bid in on all the piglets that I want. So no, it wasn't last year. It was the year before. I always deal with the same guy. And I went out there to tell him that I wanted a couple piglets that year, and it might have been, yeah, it was the year before last. And he had so many sold. He was like, I don't know if I'm gonna have any left for you. So this year, I'm like, I gotta get out there soon.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind a goat out here, but then they'll eat all my plants. So.
I don't like, personally, I don't like goats. I'll never own a goat again.
Yeah. I hear so many nightmare stories about them.
Yeah. They, like, I thought that they would always be easy. Everybody just, like, raises them and that's it. No, they get worms and parasites and all kinds of crap.
I think you have to worm them all the time.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm not dealing with this. This is not working.
I think you might have been the one that said it. It was either you or Prepper Steading. Somebody said it.
I don't know. I just thought that they'd be an easy keeper, throw them in the field and let them.
We had two goats on reserve for my son's house when I was living over there, and I had all those animals. And thank goodness I didn't get them, because I would have been saving their butts from the water too and trying to find them homes.
Yeah.
It was at the last minute, told my son, I said, yeah, I think we need to put up more fence before we get the goats. Let's call him and tell him to please hold the goats and let's not get them. And my son's like, are you sure? And I said, yeah, my research is like saying, we need, to have a better containment for them. So my son called up the guy and told him, we're going to hold off on the goats right now. We're maybe just give us a month or so. And then the flood happened. And then it was like, oh, thank goodness I wasn't trying to save goats too.
Right. Oh, that would have been bad. And goats, they're just like, oh, they're jerks. They're really, really jerks. At least the ones I've had. And I did the La Manchas, I did the Sanies, I did the Nubians. I'm like, no, I'm not the goat person. Yeah. I should have learned off the first one, but.
So many people have goats around here.
Yeah. Like,
I have a email in I think it's in my about or somewhere in there. I have a new email. I can't remember what it is. I think it's what is it, Jess? Moonlight Gypsy at myyahoo.com or something like that.
Yeah, it's Yahoo.
Yeah, but I think it's my Yahoo instead of Yahoo. So, because I don't want to put my regular email, so I made up one.
Yeah,
a new one. So you can send it to there.
Yeah, she said she was sharing you in the inbox. Hey, Shift Kicker, good morning. So I drank that stuff mooning last night. I drank like almost the whole bottle and nothing.
Well, when it does work, then do it once a day, a teaspoon. That's what my mom did every morning. She kept it in the fridge because she tolerated it more chilled.
Yeah.
Once you see that it's working, then just do once a day, the teaspoon. I'm sure it'll work. What did the directions say? Did it say take the whole bottle to get started, or?
Yeah. It said take the bottle, but it didn't do nothing for me.
Well, give it some time, maybe.
I was like, we can get to the store and get a second bottle, and I'm like, oh God.
I know, right?
I'm like, I don't know. I have a feeling I'll be paying for this.
I think my mom liked the cherry. I can't remember. I think that's what I bought her. But she would panic when she was out. I mean, when she got close to being out, she's like, one of you girls got to go to the store. I'm Walgreens. Oh, wow. It's really kind of chilly. I hate complaining, too, because you guys are so cold. So I try and stop myself.
It's all right. You can be cold, too.
Yeah. It gets below 70. My sister always laughs at me. I'll have a jacket on or something, and she'll be in a tank top. She goes, are you cold? She goes, yeah, you're cold, right? I can tell. I'm like, well, it's below 70. I'm freezing.
Oh, my gosh. I know. At 50, I'm like, I can't can't deal with this. I'm done. Speaking
Yeah.
of which, I need to check the fire. I probably just let it go out.
Don't let that happen.
It did, it went out.
Yeah, right, Dragon. It's gonna hit her. She better just stick around the house for a little bit. Don't go far.
I don't know. My body's pretty freaking stubborn. I took it at like, what time did 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon?
By the time you got it open?
Yeah. Barrett finally got it open. He said, "What the hell? Did you super glue this?" I said, "No." I was like, "I can't freaking get it." And the lid's all bent up and cracked and horrible. It's not cracked where it needed to be cracked, but it was cracked everywhere else.
But have you noticed that with bottles and stuff lately? Like even like if you go to buy hand soap and then it says, twist and then the thing pops up. They don't pop up. They don't work. Spray bottles, like you go and get the Clorox or anything like that, and it has, this new invention of no straw thing going down the bottom. It like plugs into the side or something.
Yeah.
Something stupid. They don't work. The little squishy thing, the little what do you call it, trigger, that doesn't work. And I get so annoyed. Like I don't have patience for that stuff. That kind of stuff annoys me when I can't get it to cooperate.
And that's why I quit messaging yesterday. I was so frustrated. Fireflies, do this, do that. I'm like, I've already tried this. The bottle went flying across the kitchen twice now. Like, I'm done.
When she said get the knife and do this, I'm like, oh my gosh, she's gonna be in the ER. Oh Lord, she's gonna cut herself.
No, I tried a butter knife. I tried the freaking screwdriver. I'm like, I'm done. This is stupid.
I really should go to town and start my Christmas shopping. I need everything finished by December 1st because I'm going to be on call for this baby, and I'm going to have my bag packed and my car filled up all the time because I need to get there. I can get there in less than a tank because it's only 3 hours away. So I need to be ready by December 1st. I want everybody's gifts ready, everything mailed out and finished. So I have got to get to town and get this finished. I got one grandchild finished. I think I got the second grandchild finished. Got the third grandchild started.
Wow.
So now there's 7 of them.
That's so much.
Oh, my son calls me up and goes, "Hey, Mom, I see this really cool thing. It's $150. I was thinking you could get it to me for Christmas." And I was like, "Seriously? Did you seriously just say that to me? $150? Yeah, I guess that's a lot, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm buying for 7 grandkids and I help you guys out all year long and I'm just buying for the kids. So you'll get a little trinket or something or an ornament." And he's like, "Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry."
That's so much money. Yeah, we talked about it. We're not doing Christmas this year. We'll do Christmas for Quintana, which I've already started that stuff. But she's super easy. She's just really easy to please. She just wants slippers, and I gotta get some slippers for her still. But she wants mostly like nail stuff. So.
Yeah, I mean, my grandkids are really easy, and I don't spend a lot of money because they have other grandparents, they have aunts and uncles, they go to the other parent's house. I mean, it's like, I'm not going to, by the time Christmas comes, they won't even remember what I got them. So I'm very light on the Christmas gifts for, I figure they get it all year round. I go to visit and I buy them stuff, during the year. So I do very little. Like, I don't go crazy. I got Warren, he loves Sonic, so I got him a Sonic backpack and just a really cheap little basketball net for his door.
Oh yeah.
And then Makeda is getting a caboodle for her because she likes her little hair stuff, and she started liking a little bit of lipstick, not lipstick, but like a lip gloss,
Yeah.
And I'm gonna check on but mostly I'm gonna get like puzzles and stuff. I like doing things that I know they're gonna use. I cannot stand when something is just shoved in the back of the closet and they never see it again. So I ask him, you tell me what you want your kids to have because I'm not buying junk.
Right.
I refuse to buy junk.
Good morning, Barrett.
Morning.
Good morning, Barrett.
Morning.
It is a good morning.
I don't know yet.
We all woke up alive, so it's good.
That's what I always tell
Yep. All this walking and for the last couple of days, my legs were killing me. I think we did like 7 miles the other day, my brother and I. He says 10, but I think it was more like 7.
them. Still, that's a lot.
Yeah. He does really good. He's 71, 72. I can't remember. And I said, listen, we've got to do this because if we're going on this trip next year, we're going to be hiking a lot. So we need to start doing this several times a week.
Yeah.
So I've been forcing, otherwise he'll sit in his RV and I'm like, get your butt up. I drag him out. I'm like, come on, you're coming with me. So it's been good, but I did the stairs the one day for that sinkhole, and then we walked a lot the next day somewhere else. I can't even remember all the places I've been. And then Monday we did a pretty big hike. I think I'm dropping that one Friday or Thursday. I can't remember that video.
Dragon says, good morning, Barrett.
What? All right, Dragon. Good morning.
Jersey
Hey,
Shore.
shit speaker.
Jersey Shore says 7 miles. Hell yeah.
Hi, at Jack. I don't think I said hi to him.
Did I put too much in it? It'll go down. I don't consider stupid hacks inventions. I count them as gifters. Grifters.
I don't know what to get the 14-year-old. She's really easy though. She's so sweet. Just don't know what to get her. I'm gonna text her and ask her what she wants.
Yeah.
Well, what did you like when you was 14?
What did I like when I was 14? I don't remember. I guess makeup.
Yeah.
I like jewelry. Hair stuff.
What is she into?
Hair stuff.
Hair stuff. Hey, what are you doing? Did I take put that stuff on the...
Nope.
I think my granddaughter is coming up to this area. She's flying, I think Friday the 17th. I think because she has the whole week off for Thanksgiving, and she always spends Thanksgiving with her father's side of the family. They do a big farm to table Thanksgiving, and it's outside on the land and everything, and it's very cool. And so my daughter always sends her for Thanksgiving with her dad's side because they definitely do a fantastic feast and everybody's there. And so she always makes sure that she gets to Thanksgiving for him. And she's been flying on her own back and forth from Fort Lauderdale to Gainesville.
Nice.
And she's been doing fantastic. She's been doing so great. She's had a couple hiccups and panicked and did a couple weird things, but she's figured them out.
I would love to do Thanksgiving outside, but we would freeze our butts off.
Yeah, they do a great thing. They live on a bunch of land and they actually have a farm here where her dad's side of the family's in-laws have a farm in the next county over, and they do like farm to table type of thing that you can come out. They do like little small country concerts out on their property, and people can come and pick the veggies. And then during the whole virus thing, they were doing the you could buy a box of veggies from their farm and then prepay for it, and then you could come out and get the box of veggies,
Yeah.
and they would have your name on it.
I was actually thinking about doing something like that. Well, just the box of veggies for sale this year.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, they did fantastic with that, you know. And they're always at the farmers market, and so it's a really cool experience for her, you know. She loves going out there. But
yeah.
hopefully she'll be here, and because she texted me and she said that she was going to be in town and she wanted to get together next week. So I said, I'll be here.
That's exciting. Dragon says this one lady I watch here on ScrewTube, a gaming channel, does squats whenever she gets a super chat. $1 equals 1 squat and stays in shape for hiking that way.
Oh yeah, there's another thing going around which the young moms are doing. It's every time your kid says mom, you do a squat.
Oh my god.
So Angela's one friend has a 4-year-old, and she said, I go, how's the squatting thing going with every time she says mom? She goes, oh my God, the other day she was going, mom, 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 mom. She goes, I said, all right, that's enough. I can't do that many squats.
Yeah.
Because I can't keep up. She goes, I couldn't believe how many times my kid says mom.
Uh-huh. That's insane.
You'd be in trouble.
I know. Oh my gosh, my kids, that's all they do.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm changing my name. I always tell them, I'm changing my name. My name is not Mom anymore.
So my niece Angela, at her gym for Veterans Day, they were there's this one vet who committed suicide. So they were honoring him, and they did 1,000 box steps up. You know, the box is like up high,
Yeah.
and you step up. I don't know how many. I mean, it's like 2 feet high. And they had to do 1,000 of them in a certain amount of time.
Oh my gosh.
And she videoed it. Somebody videoed it for the whole group doing it. And she did 900. She didn't get to the 1,000, but she did 900 in the allotted time.
Wow.
I'm like, you're a beast.
Really? Yeah, anti-ad jacket would be an ice giving here.
Yeah,
Good morning, Free Hanley. Good to see you.
Hey, Free Hanley.
Wild says I came back into mom squats. Laugh out loud. Great idea. Oh. Yeah, I don't think I'd survive mom squats.
Yeah.
That open your chest up?
Good, too.
I just slathered his chest in the salve.
I have to go to Caitlin's December 4th and watch the kids. The midwife wants both parents there, and they're going to go over the birthing plan and go over all the options of things that, you know, if it goes this way, it goes that way, whatever. And so she wants dad there too. And it's like an hour meeting. So I'm going to go there a couple days ahead, and then I guess I have to come back the night of the 4th.
Are they having the baby at home?
That's one of her options. But I don't know if she is going to do that now, because they just got a brand new mattress. So
Yeah.
I don't know if she's going to do that. She might go to the birthing center. So
If I had it to do all over again, I would definitely do home births, and I'd do it in a pool, in a water. one of those like blow up pools, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I guess she'll go over it December 4th and see. So, and I'm sure I'll make it there in time. He is head down, so that's good. They wanted him head down by the 32nd week, and I think tomorrow she's 34 weeks. So tomorrow, oh yeah, so she's 8.5 months tomorrow.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
It seems like that flew by.
Didn't it? Oh my goodness. That is like the fastest pregnancy. It's crazy. Probably not to her though. She's probably not feeling it, but
Right. But to us, it seemed like it went really fast.
yeah. Yeah. She wants me to move there so bad. And I'm like, I just have to stay in the middle. I don't want to be so far away from Chelsea.
Yeah. So it's hard when they live clear across.
I know. I mean, Florida's a big state, you know?
Yeah.
Midnight out.
No, she'll be in here. Lyle says I wanted a home birth with my last, but my aunt begged me not to. Yeah, if I had it all over to do again, I should have. Because, well, when I have babies, I have them super fast anyway, so they can't even hook me up to anything. I couldn't even have pain medicine or anything because I have them so fast. So a home birth would have been pretty good.
It took me forever to have Jess.
Yeah, but with Jaslyn, when I had Jaslyn, I asked to be induced so I could have pain medicine. And so it was horrible.
Yeah, I just hope that, everything goes smooth and she has good recovery and everything because I don't want to I'll stay there a week, but I don't want to do more than a week.
What was that movie that we watched? That, Away or something like that. Did you watch that movie, Moody? With the shipping container? And that
No, not yet.
Well, oh my gosh, you gotta watch that. That was good. She gave
Don't.
oh, it's so good. You gotta watch it. He won't let me tell you.
Yeah, I'll try and watch it.
But that was pretty insane.
You got to keep reminding me.
Yeah.
I got a list of things that everybody tells me to watch, and I can't remember what Caitlin told me yesterday, and I need to write that down too.
What?
Let's drop some off.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it offhand right now either. But my great aunt, she was like, "You have to watch this. It's so good." And I started watching it a while ago, and I was like, "I can't watch this. It's giving me anxiety." And then I finally forced myself to watch it, and it was really good. But I was like, "This is a crazy movie." But I'm glad I got through it.
Yeah, I'm so glad I'm done with all that. Sometimes I look back and I'm like, oh my goodness, how did I go through all this? Don't you look back at stuff when you were younger and go, oh, how did I survive?
I know. I was talking to someone yesterday, and we were talking about the same thing, like me hitchhiking across the country and big rigs and skydiving and mountain climbing. And I'm like, how did I do this stuff? Like, what the heck? I was a nut.
Yeah.
Yeah, you was. I'm scared to go out the front door now.
I had no fears back then.
Yeah, you think nothing's going to happen to you. Do your chickens make a lot of noise when they lay an egg?
Oh yeah.
Speaking of birth, oh my goodness, they're making so much commotion over there. I was like, it's like so loud. Like, oh, she's laying an egg.
Oh, that's crazy. Dragon said apartment building residents told to leave in the UK because the building may collapse.
Oh, wow.
All right, Shift Kicker. Thanks so much for hanging out. Have a good day.
Bye, Shift Kicker.
That's
Well, that one collapsed 2 years ago in Miami. Well, Fort Lauderdale, I think. So, Broward County.
That's a huge building too. There's 400 people were told to evacuate.
Wow.
That's crazy. Wild said laugh out loud. Yeah, about the chickens.
Yeah, they're so loud. This one gives us a double yolk all the time, and the egg is huge.
Yeah,
Have we ever got any double yolks?
yeah. It's been a while since we've gotten any, but yeah. I used to eat them all the time before you found them. Barrett makes fun of me the way I eat my eggs because I eat them sunny side up, you know, where the yolk is still runny.
Yeah.
And I cut off all the white, and then I just eat the whole yellow part, the whole yolk.
With it not being like you squish it in your mouth?
Yep.
Ooh. Does it come out the sides of your mouth?
No.
Oh,
Sometimes it does.
that's some talent there, Jess.
I know. He's like, you're nuts. He's like, I can't believe you eat eggs like this. So, like, every once in a blue moon, we'll go to, like, Frisch's Big Boys to have breakfast. And he's
Oh, my God.
staring at me the whole time. I'm like, quit watching me.
You can always say what your special talent is putting a whole yolk in your mouth and nothing comes out the side.
Oh, my Lanta.
I don't think I could do that.
Yeah. That's the way I like to eat them. That's what I
Wow.
will say.
Yeah. Impressive. Very impressive. I like dipping bread in mine.
Yeah, that's the way Barrett likes to eat his, too. It's just so much funner getting it in your mouth and making it pop, though.
I bet. Sounds like it.
Oh,
Wow.
that sounds bad.
Who knew?
Who knew? Oh, my Lord. Wild Edible says not goose egg. Don't think I wouldn't try, though, Wild. Duck eggs are the best. I've never tried a turkey egg.
Really?
No, because
I
usually
don't think I have either.
we try to hatch all the turkey eggs out. I think I ate a turkey egg once, but I try to save them all to hatch. Turkeys are so hard to raise. When they're chicks, baby.
So what's being butchered on Friday?
Oh, I think we decided just to do the chickens
Okay.
because there's so many. I think chickens and ducks at the same time will be too much, so we're gonna shoot for just chickens.
Now, let me ask you this. You can't do a video and do members only and not get dinged by YouTube?
No, because members only, everybody can still show up to the members only. Only the members can chat in the live chat.
Oh.
So everybody still sees it. Isn't that dumb? I thought when I first started out on YouTube, I thought members only meant only the members could watch the live.
All right. What if you video it, put it to private, and then you can send people the link?
Yeah, I could do that. So I'm going to try to just go live and see what happens.
I mean, you could do live. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to try to go live and see if I can get away with that.
So what's the worst that can happen? Do they they just remove it, or do they give you like a red check, like you're in the naughty
No,
corner?
they'll just remove it and they'll give you a warning.
Okay. Because I think that would be really interesting. I mean, I watched. How come they don't remove all the butchering on YouTube? I've seen them. I've seen the duck one, and
I know. I don't understand it. I don't know.
Well, actually,
I think the dispatching of it, you're not supposed to show the dispatching.
the rest of you probably should.
But there was
maybe
a hog video not too long ago that I watched on butchering, and he cut the camera when he went to gut it, and he said, "Sorry, I can't show you this part because YouTube will get me for it." So I guess the dispatching and the gutting part, but that's like the main point of watching.
right. Yeah. Yeah, watch a couple of chicken ones being butchered and see what they do, and then just kind of copy that maybe.
Oh no, Wild said the weasel stole the eggs.
Ooh, shame on that weasel.
Dragon says don't show the actual dispatching part. The plucking and the processing you should be able to do.
Did you get one of those tubs?
Becky, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, 18 plus maybe, yeah.
Chicken machine.
Yeah, Becky bought her plucking machine like a year after I got mine.
And then you're not going live Friday night?
No, I probably won't.
Okay.
I won't say that's definite, but I'm
Right.
leaning towards no, since she doesn't want to start butchering until 11 a.m. So I have a feeling we're going to be there.
And how many chickens are you doing?
I have no idea. She probably has over freaking 200 chickens over there.
Oh, so you're not doing your chickens?
I'm going to do a couple of mine, but
Oh,
the
okay.
majority of them will be hers.
She's got too many.
She can't afford to feed this many animals anymore, so she needs to cut her numbers way down.
Yeah. So I want to color my hair. I'm bored. So I'm thinking, I don't know if I want to keep it dirty blonde or dark brown or not a red, but like an auburn red.
Uh-huh.
What do you think?
Well, I'll always favor auburn red. I love auburn red.
Yeah, I was
What's the
thinking
actual collar?
brown, but not dark brown. But I'm bored, so I want to do something. For the holidays, and
I love the auburn because I think it pops people's eyes out.
yeah. Maybe I'll do that. I gotta find a cool color. I don't think I've ever done like an auburn red. Caitlin just darkened hers and then made bangs, and she looks so cute. She looks like Julia Roberts. It looks so adorable.
Yeah.
But she has light skin. You know, she's fair, and she's got freckles, and it looks so cute.
Yeah.
She doesn't have the dark skin like Chelsea. She has fair because their dad was fair.
Isn't that funny how they turn out different like that?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I thought so too. Like Barrett, so there's a total of 6 of the boys when they were growing up. And most of the boys have carrot red hair. And somehow Barrett didn't end up with that trait.
Thank God.
But they're all carrot tops.
Did I send you the picture of Snapchat when it made me a boy the other day and I looked just like Ryan? Did I send you that picture?
No.
Oh my goodness. It's hilarious. So I did it and then it popped up. And you can see it's me because I have a girl shirt on, but I sent it to the messenger that is me and my 3 children.
Uh-huh.
And I sent it to him and I was like, I said, your brother's gonna kill me. I said I always thought he looked like his dad. And we looked exactly alike. I could not stop laughing. I'm like, you do look like me. I look just like Ryan. I looked identical to Ryan.
Hilarious.
It was so funny. And then the one that made me old made me look just like my mom. That was freaky.
I love those filters. They crack me up. I'll just say,
Oh my goodness. I know. I do it with the kids all the time. I have so many funny ones with my grandkids, and Amelia just giggles. She just laughs and giggles when we do that together. She's so cute. She's like, how does it do that? All right, I think I'm gonna go with Auburn.
okay.
I'm gonna ask my girls because they have good opinions too. I have to see what they say.
Oh, I didn't know that. Wild said strike stuff can happen on any video, private, unlisted, or public. And she said, I had a misinformation strike, so they sent me stuff to read. I need YouTube re-education. Yeah. All right, free family. Have a good day. Thanks so much for hanging
Bye,
out.
family.
Dragon says, oh, so Barrett's dad really was a milkman.
Yeah.
Actually, Barrett is the only son. Well, Ben did too. Ben had dirty blonde hair, but Ben and Barrett were the only ones that looked like their dad. It's weird. But the other boys, I don't think they look like Alberta at all.
You don't think Donnie looks like mom?
Well, Donnie does now that he's old, but when he was younger.
He looks like her.
I think Ryan looks identical to his dad when he was younger. And they're all mad because they got his nose. Like, why couldn't we have your tiny nose?
I was about to say the same thing. Barrett got his mom's nose for sure.
Yeah.
I was adopted.
He was not adopted.
Yeah, it was.
They all got the big old, is that a Bowen nose or a Dunn nose?
It's a nose.
They all got the Dunn nose. And it's funny because it's a strong gene. Like, Barrett's grandkids even have it. You can tell they're all related.
Yeah. Braxton looks a lot like Ryan also, but then I see a lot of Rebecca in him too. He's definitely a combo.
I don't think me and my brother look alike, but everybody always thought we were twins just because we were so close in age.
Right. It's hard to see the difference in Chelsea and Caitlin's baby pictures. They look so much alike. Sometimes I have to see where Ryan is in the picture. So if Ryan's little, I know it's Chelsea. And then if Ryan's older, I know it's Caitlin. Because I kept all of Chelsea's clothes. And so when they're in the same clothes in a picture, I'm like, which kid is this?
That's funny. I can hear him be like, Mom, you can't remember who's us.
I know. And I remember everything from Chelsea, the time she was born, the day. And then Caitlin goes to ask me, I'm like, morning, I think. She's like, oh, could see who you love more. I'm like, I love you all the same. I just was very busy by the time the third one came around. I was exhausted. I can't remember. I'm sorry. It's true though, the first one leaves such an impression on you.
Yeah.
I wish that lean-to was already up. I feel so bad for these horses. They're just like getting soaking wet.
Oh, they'll be all right. They don't have shelter
Yeah.
in the wild.
Yeah.
Anti-Yak Jack says the how to make keto flatbread video that Barrett did. Has he or you ever done it in the cast iron on stovetop? I can. And can the cream cheese be subbed with ricotta or cottage cheese? Ooh, good question.
Wow, that sounds really good right now.
No, we've never done the flatbread on the skillet, but I'm sure you could. And with the ricotta and cottage cheese, I'm not sure. You'd have to do some research on that one. I've never tried.
Cottage cheese.
I don't think I would try. I don't think there would be any, like, I don't know. I'm not going to say that because I don't know.
Right.
No. And making sure your eggs are done well.
So this thing that says join the chat, does that mean I can type a message at the way bottom? I didn't even see that till just now.
I didn't know there was a join chat at the bottom. Usually mine's in the top right hand corner and it just says live chat.
Let me see what it does if I join the chat. Connect your YouTube account to join the live chat. Huh.
I think
So,
that's a new feature.
let me see what it does. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Okay. This will allow StreamYard to manage your account. Oh, I hate all this. Okay, allow, I guess. Why not? You're in my business already. All right, let's see what it does. Okay, now I think I can write.
Hey, Ben, I think I'm on some flathead bread today.
All right, see if everybody can see that. Did it work?
Yep.
Okay. All right then. Yeah, so you just follow the prompts, I guess. Hey, I figured something out all on my own. Isn't that amazing? All right, so that means I can respond now.
Yep, that's awesome. Thank you, Dragon, for dropping that link.
Okay, but when it connects the YouTube account, make sure to mute the YouTube side. Am I echoing?
Nope.
Okay.
Quit staring at me while I eat, Barrett. Quit it.
You don't want to see me, Dragon. My hair is all curly from the humidity. I look like a poodle.
Your hair's cute when it's curly from the humidity.
It's a mess.
Done looking to play it.
Shush.
What'd he say?
He didn't say nothing.
He said something.
He said, "Are you done licking the plate?"
Oh.
My egg cracked on that one.
Man, those chickens are making a lot of noise over there.
I'd be making a lot of noise too if I had to pass an egg. I don't think passing an egg would be very fun.
No, I do not want to come back as a chicken.
Dragon says, Moody, then you're the cutest poodle there has ever been.
Thank you. Don't know about that.
I remember one time my mom cut my hair really short because, you know, little girls, they don't want to brush their hair.
Right.
She cut my hair. She put a bowl over my head and then cut my hair. And then she took me to the hair salon and got me a perm. And I had to go to school like that. And you know, when you get a perm, your hair gets shorter.
Yeah, it pulls it up tight.
I cried and cried. I said, I can't go to school like this. I think I was like 7 or 8. And she was like, you're going to school. I'm like, this is terrible. I got made fun of so bad. It was the worst haircut she'd ever given me.
Yeah, my mom gave me horrible haircuts too.
I'm like, who taught these parents to put a bowl over their kid's head and just cut it? I look like a little Amish boy most of my life as a child because of the way she cut my hair.
I always let my girls' hair grow and grow and grow and grow. I was like, just leave it long. Because I knew what my mom did to me. And I said, you guys can cut it however you want when you're older.
I was mortified when Quintana's dad cut her hair for the first time because I was letting it grow and grow. He cut her hair. I cried and cried. I was so upset. And then Jasmine's father, he did the same thing. He cut her hair. And I was just like mortified. And legit, Quintana's was just short. It was a cute cut. It was just a little pixie cut or whatever. When Jasmine got her haircut, she looked like Dora the Explorer.
Oh, wow.
I was like, no. It's horrible. I'm like, why are you gonna mess with her hair? Just leave it alone.
Have a great day, GSP.
Bye, JSP.
All my granddaughters have gorgeous hair. 2 of them are brown and really, really long. And then 2 of them are blonde with blue eyes. And the one that just turned 10 on Monday, she has long, blonde, curly hair like Chelsea. And then the other one is wavy, but it's more of a sandy blonde.
Yeah.
But my girls don't cut their girls' hair either unless they ask.
Isn't it weird how, like, our hair changes color like that when we're young? And
Oh, yeah.
like,
Yeah, Ryan was a little towhead. He was like blonde.
Yeah. I think Gavin and Quintana were both blondies. And then Jasmine always had dark hair. But now Quintana and Gavin's getting older. It's getting darker. It's like a sandy blonde. Or
Yeah.
dirty blonde, whatever you want to call it.
I can't wait to see what this baby looks like.
Oh, yeah. I think I was pretty blonde for the first 2 years of life, and then I went straight to auburn and dark brown. Crazy.
My hair color was the same as my youngest grandchild is now, Skylar.
Yeah. Hey, Carl, welcome back.
Hey, Carl.
He says I like the American accent.
I think I'm going to let the horses out to graze. They've finished their hay now.
I'll have to watch that later. Anti-Jack.
You guys want to come out?
Dragon. Look what he posted. Exactly what it felt like, Dragon.
Which one is that? Is that the Jim Carrey with the short bangs?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's just sitting in a chair with a bowl over his head getting his hair cut though.
My mom did those bangs once. I cut my own bangs one time.
I never understood that. Like, I never cut my hair or anything like that.
I was little and I remember it being like right up to my scalp on one side and getting yelled at.
My sister and my brother both did stuff like that, but I never did. My sister cut all her hair and she shoved it in the shoes to try to hide it. She was
Look,
like,
you're so sensitive.
she was like 3 at the time. And then I think my brother was like 6 and he shaved his eyebrows off to be like Vanilla Ice.
Oh, geez. Go on, boys.
Are you going to ride them soon yet?
Yes, this month. Yeah.
Yay.
Yep.
I've been waiting very patiently.
I know. If not, I'll get, hey, don't you bite him. Yeah, since they rode them together, I wanted to walk him by the road though first and see how he does. I think nothing phases him really.
Yeah.
Oh, they're filthy.
What does that do, Dragon? He says a little trick I learned for the best scrambled eggs is a splash of vinegar when you're about to put scrambled eggs out of the pan. What does that do?
You're dirty. Dirty boy.
Just jump on him, riding bareback.
That one you can. I don't know about this guy. He probably would. He'd probably be okay. He's looking for whatever food that he dropped earlier. Yeah, the vet will be here December 7th. I was hoping to have that already finished up, you know?
Yeah, that's crazy. I can't believe they canceled on you like that.
Oh, so annoyed. Hey, Rip, are you coming to see me? I don't have anything. I'm sorry. I do have carrots in my fridge.
Dragon says it enhances the flavor. We'll have to try that.
So where do you put the vinegar at?
He said you just put it in the pan with the eggs right before you take the eggs out of the pan.
How much vinegar? Like a drop?
He said a splash.
I can't even. A splash. Okay.
A splash, a drop, dash.
For what?
Vinegar in his scrambled eggs.
Dude. So good.
Look, you can barely see Lloyd's ribs anymore. Look at his ass end. It's huge.
Yeah, he looks really good. Dragon says he looks good from when you first got him.
Oh, he was a train wreck.
Mm-hmm.
My personal money pit.
That's why I can't have a horse. They're hay burners.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's not that. You can't ride them around here anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I really enjoy him. I really do.
I'd get myself in trouble because Barrett would wake up and I'd be gone on the horse somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, years ago, before everybody started moving out here, we had plenty of room to ride horses and everything. You can't do that now
The traffic
with the
is
traffic
crazy.
and stuff. It was nice and peaceful when I was growing up out here.
I tried to lunge him the other day. We've tried a couple of times and he won't do it. I take the lead line and hit him on the butt with it and he just looks at me like, yeah, I don't care. He's like unfazed by it all. Like I'm not lunging. I'm not doing it. That's why I want the round. I think maybe he was trained in a round penance.
Yeah. I think you froze up, Mooney.
I did.
Yep. You're robotic now.
Am I? Okay, let me take the thing off, and that's probably going to help. Okay, is that better?
Yep,
Isn't that weird?
it is. I don't understand it. So what are you getting into today, Mooney?
Well, I really should go into Gainesville and go Christmas shopping, but I don't really feel like it. Maybe tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch them right now, though. I want them to get some grass. And it's not pouring right now, so before it pours, I'm going to let them get some grass, keep an eye on them. Rip doesn't go over to the chicken coop. Mine does. But all I have to do is walk out with the whip, and then he changes his mind. Like, if I'm not watching him, if I go inside or whatever, and I'm not paying attention, but then I see him heading that way, and then I come out on the porch, he like looks at me and turns around like, yep, nope, nothing to see here. I wasn't going over there. Nope, nope. And he turns around and goes back.
Oh,
But as soon as he gets caught, he knows he's caught, and he turns around like, I wasn't doing anything. Like a teenager. They're like teenagers. They're like bad boy teenagers. One of my other nieces, she has boys, and one's full on teenager. He's about to be 16 next month. And the other one I want to say is going to be 12 or 13. But she's full on teenage boy with the older one. And I remember when I had Ryan as a teenager, and she would just like shake her head, and you could tell she was like, you know, my kid will never do that. And now her kid is, oh, he's doing all the things. And I was like, it's okay. You will get through it. It'll be okay.
Teenagers suck.
Oh, God.
Sorry, but it's true. They suck.
They do. They're tough. It's tough. And I had to do it as a single mom. So it was, oof, it was not easy.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Dragon says, but Mom, the grass is greener over by the chicken coop.
Yeah, but he gets into the sand. That chicken feed is so tiny. There's just the crumbles, you know? So when it's on the ground, he's trying to get it, but at the same time, he gets the sand.
Yeah.
So that's how he got that colic and scared the tar out of me. You know, I knew something was wrong immediately because he wouldn't take the treat out of my hand. He wouldn't take an apple. He was acting weird. And luckily we have the colic medicine on hand. So we got that in him and it helped.
That's not
But
bad about having animals is the panic of what they get into and stuff.
yeah. Yeah. And the vet couldn't get out here. She says, I have 8 emergencies ahead of you. So I'm like, just tell me what to do.
Yeah. I would do a lot of like homesteading groups and stuff, or cattle group or horse groups on Facebook. And last night I was scrolling through and they were talking about how cows get bloat and they have to put that they have to like basically cut the stomach open to let the bloat out and
Oof.
all this stuff. And they're like, they do it to horses too. And I'm like, ugh.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I'm letting them out, because they've, ruined the pasture. So let them out here for a little while and get some grass. But I heard that, because we're such a sandy area here where I'm at.
Uh-huh.
And so they say beet pellets and chia seeds. And then he gets the coastal hay. The coastal hay is supposed to get that sand passing,
Yeah. I wonder if you could like reseed your pasture, like put them on one pasture for a while.
Well, that's the goal. That's the goal, is to get them out of this pasture and let the gate open, because they won't. If the gate's open, they can just go and go anywhere and eat grass.
Uh-huh.
And then we'll plant first we'll do winter rye, and then next year we'll do regular grass seed. But it gets cold enough here that we can do the winter rye, and then we'll have grass out there, and then seed it with something else next year, next spring.
I've been doing a lot of researching on that with the cattle and stuff like that. And there's a mixture that I was researching. It was rye, clover, alfalfa, and some type of grass. And they just mixed the seeds up, and then they broadcasted it for the cows on one side of the pasture and let that grow up, and then rotated them out and did the other side. I'm like,
Yeah, that's the goal here too, is to rotate.
yeah.
But you know, here we got the one horse before we even had fence up,
Yeah.
because she found Rip, and he was a kid's horse, and she was looking for a therapy horse that Amelia could ride, and so she found them, and she got Rip, and then took him out to her aunt Susie's an hour away from here, and they held on to the horse for, I want to say, like 6 weeks while we put the pasture up.
Oh, wow.
So we had the horse before we had anywhere to put him.
Yeah, that's usually what happens to us. We're trying not to do that anymore.
Yeah, don't do that. It's not worth it. Oh,
Animals before we have a spot for them, and then we're busting butt trying to get a spot. Like, ugh.
yep. And then we had the chickens before we had a chicken coop, so that was fun too. But they don't even care about the chicken coop. They just go in there and fight over the one cubby
Like
to lay an egg in.
the perch.
I mean, they actually line up for that one thing.
Yeah.
Your gray chickens.
It's so funny.
outside
Why?
the door.
Really?
Yeah, because they don't have no perch.
Yeah, they do. They got a perch up there.
They don't go on that perch up there. They go in the box.
No. Every time I check on them, they're on the perch.
The gray ones?
Yeah. I even put a little ladder for them to get on it. Yeah. And you can see all the chicken
Well, you
coop
need
up
another
there.
one in there.
I gotta make more perches, I guess. Everybody fights over the same perch.
Yeah, they're funny creatures.
They are.
My brother-in-law said he got 17 eggs yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good.
There's only 14 chickens, so somebody's laying twice, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do they do that?
Yeah, they do. They
Oh,
say,
it just sounds awful.
they say they don't, but they do. Like, that's a lie, because I've read, everybody else saying they only lay once a day. I'm like, nope.
And we get one white egg. I don't know which hen is laying the one white egg. Now we have a gray one that's really pretty. That's the one I picked out. But I don't think he's the same gray as yours. I think he's a different gray. What do you call yours?
The lavender Orpingtons.
Yeah, I don't think it's that one. But does the gray one lay a white egg?
I don't know. I would have to know what breed it is. But I know that we have gray ones in the Americanas, but they lay like a greenish blue egg.
Have we ever gotten white eggs?
We've never had white eggs. But the white eggs usually come from like the leghorns or the Cornish hens. But we've never had leghorns or Cornish hens. Well, we've had the Cornish.
Yeah, I don't know which one it is. There's only two single breeds, and one is a light orange. It's can't remember the name of it.
Comet.
No, I don't think so. It's something with a B, I think.
No. I don't know.
So we have one of those and we have the one gray one. So those are the only two single breeds we have. And then the rest we have like 2 or 3 of them of each breed. Like we have the Easter Eggers and the Rhode Island Reds and the Plymouth, I think it's Plymouth Rock or something.
Yeah. No, those.
So we have like those.
All those you just named off are the brown egg layers and the blue and green egg layers.
Yeah, we get the blue and greens. They're pretty.
So it has to be the other two, one of the other two.
Yeah, one of the other two. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
Red eye.
Well, I'm going to have to get off of here because people are calling me. My daughter's calling me. And
All right, I'm gonna do the same thing. I still got to go feed everybody and get everybody
just if they call twice, then I'm like, okay, is it an emergency?
All right. Well, thanks for hanging out with me on the panel.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
I'll have to do another practice live here soon.
Yeah, let me know.
Okay, I will. Everybody have a great day. Thanks, Jess.
You're welcome.
Bye, Barrett.
Bye.
All right, everybody, we're gonna head off too. So I want to thank you so much with hanging out with me here on Keto Homestead with Jess. Until next time, stay happy, healthy, and safe. Bye.
Bye.